The air over the turquoise lagoon shimmered in the tropical heat of the Indian Ocean. The sun blazed overhead, painting the water in impossible shades of blue and green, while the distant horizon seemed to melt into the sky. This was a place of serene beauty, untouched and remote, where the only sounds were the gentle lapping of waves and the distant call of seabirds. Against the endless blue sky, a dark, alien shape emerged, a flying wing, silent and menacing. It seemed to materialize from thin air, its silhouette unlike anything else in the sky, a harbinger of technology and intent. The B-2 spirit's presence was both awe-inspiring and unsettling, a reminder that even in paradise, the machinery of power could intrude. The B-2 Spirit bomber, a specter of American might, descended with eerie grace onto the Coral Atoll's runway. Its approach was almost ghostly, the aircraft gliding in as if it were a shadow cast by the sun itself. The contrast between the bomber's matte black skin and the dazzling tropical landscape was stark, a vision of stealth and strength arriving in a world of color and calm. There was no roar, just a subdued hiss as it glided in, its skin absorbing the light. The engines, engineered for silence, barely disturbed the air. Onlookers could only marvel at the technology that allowed such a massive machine to move with the quiet of a falling leaf. This was no public arrival, just a quiet, deliberate statement witnessed by specialist crews. The ground team, trained for moments like this, watched in silence, understanding the significance of what they were seeing. Each movement was precise, every gesture practiced, as if they were part of a carefully choreographed performance. Even here, the landing of a B-2 is an event. It's the pinnacle of stealth, designed to slip through the world's toughest air defenses. Its unique shape, all angles and curves, is the result of decades of innovation, an aircraft built not just to fly, but to disappear. The B-2's very existence is a message. You may not see us coming, but we are always within reach. Its presence transforms this remote island into the tip of a very sharp spear. What was once a quiet outpost now became a forward base, a launch pad for power that could reach across continents. The island's isolation was now its greatest asset, a secret stage for global strategy. As its landing gear touched down, a silent message was broadcast across continents, a message aimed squarely at Tehran. The world's attention for a brief moment was drawn to this speck in the ocean, as adversaries and allies alike took note of the bomber's arrival. It was a demonstration of reach, of readiness, and of resolve. The bomber taxied to its climate-controlled hangar, protected from the corrosive salt air. Inside, technicians and engineers stood ready, their expertise ensuring the aircraft would remain mission-ready, no matter the environment. Every detail was accounted for, every precaution taken. Every piece of equipment, every gallon of fuel, had to be transported thousands of miles for this moment. The logistics were staggering, a ballet of ships, planes, and people, all working in concert to support a single aircraft. It was a testament to the reach and complexity of modern military power. The arrival of one bomber is the culmination of decades of strategic planning, a physical manifestation of American power projection. Behind the scenes, planners and strategists had mapped out every detail, turning theory into reality. The B-2's presence was not just about hardware, but about the will and vision to shape events far from home. The game had changed, and the opening move was the quiet landing of this dark, winged phantom. In the fading light, the B-2 stood as both a warning and a promise, a symbol that, even in the world's most remote corners, the reach of power is never far away. Diego Garcia is a name shrouded in mystery, a remote speck in the vast Indian Ocean that few outside military or intelligence circles have ever heard of. Yet, for those who understand global strategy, it's a place of immense significance, quietly shaping the balance of power in the region. The island is far more familiar to military planners and strategists than to the general public, who rarely see it mentioned in headlines or textbooks. For decades, it's been a linchpin in the plans of those tasked with securing American interests abroad. Diego Garcia is the largest atoll in the Chagos archipelago, a fishhook-shaped strip of land surrounded by turquoise waters right in the heart of the Indian Ocean. Its unique geography makes it both beautiful and strategically invaluable. Its location is its superpower, almost equidistant from East Africa, the Middle East, and Southeast Asia. This central position allows rapid deployment of forces and supplies to multiple continents, making it a true crossroads of global military logistics. Leased from Britain, Diego Garcia gives the United States a major base far from the political headaches and restrictions of mainland installations. Here, the US can operate with a level of autonomy and security that's hard to find elsewhere. From this isolated outpost, American bombers and surveillance aircraft can reach critical flashpoints across the Middle East, Africa, and Asia, often without needing overflight rights from other nations, which can be unpredictable or politically fraught. The remoteness of Diego Garcia ensures secrecy and operational freedom, allowing for classified missions and rapid response in times of crisis. This is especially vital as tensions with Iran and other regional powers continue to rise, making secure staging grounds more important than ever. By staging assets here, the US keeps them out of reach of Iran's missiles and surveillance, forcing Tehran to look far beyond its borders to even consider a response. This distance complicates any potential adversary's calculations and enhances American deterrence. In many ways, Diego Garcia is the pivot point of America's strategic posture in the Eastern Hemisphere, a quiet but indispensable stronghold that underpins the US military's ability to project power, respond to crises, and maintain stability across a vast and volatile region. The B-2 Spirit is a technological marvel, redefining air power. Its flying wing design and radar-absorbent skin make it nearly invisible to enemy radar. The result, an aircraft that can penetrate the world's most sophisticated air defenses, arriving undetected. With a range of over 11,000 kilometers and aerial refueling, it can strike anywhere on the globe. Its internal bays carry up to 20 tons of ordnance, including the GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrator, designed for deeply buried targets. Iran's nuclear facilities, buried deep in mountains, are precisely the kind of sites the B-2 was built to destroy. This combination of stealth, range, and payload makes the B-2 the ultimate tool for strategic coercion. Its presence signals to Tehran there is no sanctuary deep enough. The psychological impact is as powerful as its physical capability. Supporting the B-2 requires far more than just a long runway. An entire ecosystem of advanced infrastructure and logistics is essential to keep these stealth bombers mission-ready at a moment's notice. Diego Garcia is a fortress-like self-sufficient military ecosystem engineered to operate independently for extended periods, even in the face of potential threats or isolation. Its 600-meter runway is among the longest in the region, easily accommodating the world's heaviest bombers, including the B-2 Spirit, and allowing for the takeoff and landing of a wide range of military aircraft. Vast aprons and interconnected taxiways enable rapid surges in aircraft movement, supporting large-scale deployments and quick turnarounds for both bombers and support planes. The deepwater harbor is capable of hosting an entire U.S. Navy carrier strike group, providing a secure anchorage for some of the world's most powerful warships. Submarines can resupply here in secrecy, taking advantage of the island's remote location and advanced logistics facilities to remain undetected. This robust maritime infrastructure makes Diego Garcia a critical logistics node, seamlessly supporting both naval and air operations across the vast Indian Ocean. The island is defended by advanced air defense systems, including missile batteries and radar installations that provide early warning and interception capabilities. A robust security force patrols the perimeter, ensuring the base remains secure from both external threats and potential sabotage. Yet, perhaps its greatest shield is its sheer remoteness. Surrounded by thousands of kilometers of open ocean, Diego Garcia is naturally isolated from prying eyes and hostile forces. Intelligence and surveillance centers operate around the clock, monitoring regional activity and providing real-time data to commanders. These facilities make Diego Garcia a key node in the U.S. intelligence network, linking it to global surveillance and communication systems. Specialized climate-controlled hangars protect the B-2's sensitive coatings and electronics from the harsh tropical environment, ensuring the aircraft's stealth capabilities remain uncompromised. Massive fuel depots and heavily fortified munitions bunkers guarantee that operations can be sustained for weeks or even months, regardless of outside support. Diego Garcia is not just a staging post, it's a fully fledged power projection platform capable of supporting complex missions and maintaining a persistent U.S. presence in the Indian Ocean. The B-2's arrival at Diego Garcia in June 2025 is no coincidence. It comes as U.S.-Iran tensions peak, with Washington weighing military options against Iran's nuclear program. The B-2 is the perfect instrument, able to bypass air defenses and deliver bunker-busting bombs to fortified sites. Iran's key nuclear facilities buried deep underground are precisely the targets the B-2 and GBU-57 MOP were designed to eliminate. Launching from Diego Garcia minimizes risk and political fallout while maximizing surprise. Tehran now faces a direct, plausible threat to its most prized assets, forcing it to divert resources and reconsider its nuclear ambitions. The B-2's presence is high-stakes psychological warfare, altering Iran's behavior under the shadow of overwhelming power. B-2 is just one part of a larger military ecosystem at Diego Garcia. The base hosts B-1B Lancer bombers for follow-on strikes, creating a formidable 1-2 punch. Aerial refueling tankers like the KC-135 and KC-10 are essential, enabling long-range missions. Intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance drones like the RQ-4 Global Hawk provide real-time battlefield awareness. Special operations forces and electronic warfare units can be deployed covertly to support air campaigns. The synergy of stealth bombers, conventional bombers, tankers, drones, and special forces transforms Diego Garcia into a combined arms power projection hub. This complete package makes the island a potent threat in Iranian eyes. Beneath the military might, Diego Garcia has a troubled past. The Chagossians, the island's original inhabitants, were forcibly exiled in the 1960s and 70s to make way for the base. Their removal was secretive and brutal, leaving them in poverty in Mauritius and the Seychelles. The International Court of Justice ruled Britain's administration unlawful, calling for the island's return to Mauritius. The UK and US have ignored these rulings, citing security needs. This unresolved legacy casts a shadow over the base's role. For military planners, it's a strategic asset. For human rights advocates, a symbol of dispossession. Diego Garcia is both a lost paradise and a fortress built on loss. B-2's deployment is as much psychological as military. Iran's defense relies on asymmetric warfare and deterrence, ballistic missiles, fast attack craft, and proxies. The B-2 threatens to bypass these defenses entirely, striking undetected and undermining Iran's deterrent. Staging the bombers at remote Diego Garcia puts them out of Iran's reach, amplifying the pressure. Tehran faces a threat it cannot counter from a location it cannot strike. This asymmetry forces Iran to divert resources and remain on edge. The uncertainty, signal or imminent attack, keeps Iran off balance. In this chess game, a few ghost bombers in the Indian Ocean can be more powerful than open threats. The B-2's arrival at Diego Garcia marks a major escalation in the US-Iran standoff. Both sides now enter a tense period of watchfulness and posturing. Iran may respond with asymmetric actions, harassing shipping, proxy attacks, or accelerating its nuclear program. The US could use the deployment as leverage for negotiations, or escalate further with more assets and visible preparations. The world will watch for signs of de-escalation or conflict. The B-2's presence has narrowed the path for diplomacy and raised the stakes for all involved. The ghost bomber has delivered its message. Now the world waits for the next move.